Anyway, let's move on. Whereas, you know, Dark Viper is imagining Charlie thinking, oh shit, I really fucked up, right? You know, kind of. Because, you know, like, I've made mistakes in my videos, and I still make mistakes in my videos, and I don't, like, what I could do to avoid making mistakes in my videos is getting them rigorously proof-watched by multiple people, right? I don't like making mistakes in my videos, and I will correct them in the comments if I make mistakes, and I just don't think it's a big problem. It's like, I feel, like, a bit guilty, I guess, that I've put a bit of misinformation in the world that probably most people won't see the correction of, but it's small, so I don't, like, go to the effort of getting my videos rigorously proof-watched by enough people that I could drastically reduce the amount this happens, which, by the way, the amount this happens probably maybe once every few videos. There's something wrong in them that I correct in the comments. I feel like that's just a level we're operating at. But no, I do agree with Dark Viper that Charlie should be finding a way to stop doing this. That being said, that depends. That unless he's talking about channels that are okay with it. If they're okay with it, then yeah, he doesn't need to stop doing it at all. But I'm guessing that he's talking about channels, or just any channel generically. I think he's probably, you know, Hassan's situation where he'll just react to whatever people send him. Because I've seen him do that. You know,
the entire document here,
I forced to say yes a couple times.
Is about this belief that every reactor is doing it for financial gain and to fuck small channels. And the logic he uses to make these points is deeply flawed and isn't substantiated by any real evidence. It just feels like he pulls it out of his ass and it's source, trust me, bro.
Guys, I want you to think for a moment. What are the odds that a person writes a 14-page document that can be summarized that simply? Moist is literally misrepresenting all of my work and then saying, look guys, just trust me, that's what it says. What a hypocrite.
Is he
hang on.
Substantiated small channels about this belief that every reactor, Dark Viper's entire document here is a...
Okay, so that is actually, okay. The claims that he's misrepresenting the entire thing are based on this. Or is he saying the entire document? Okay.
About this belief that every reactor is doing it for financial gain and to fuck small channels. And the logic he uses to make these points is deeply flawed and isn't substantiated by any real evidence. It just feels like he pulls it out of his ass and it's source, trust me, bro.
But Viper's response to this is fucking bizarre to me. Hang on, let's just play that.
Guys, I want you to think for a moment. What are the odds that a person writes a 14-page document that can be summarized that simply?
Pretty high, right? So if I were, so those would be that would be the thesis statement, right? And there would probably be arguments in there that don't cite evidence, right? So what Charlie is describing would be a 14-page document where these are like the points, but the evidence is lacking, right? You can totally... My neighbor is staring at me, that's interesting. Anyway, the points are being... like, you could totally fill 18 pages that way. If I was responding to that point, I would break down the document and be like, well no, here's what's in it, not this, right? But he's just sort of said, unless he's about to say that, he's just said, hey, that doesn't sound very likely, so it's not true. It's like, I know I could totally see that happening, and if it's not true, then demonstrate that.
Moist is literally misrepresenting all of my work and then saying, look guys, just trust me, that's what it says.
It's like, literally what he's doing right now is saying, guys, trust me, it actually says something else. We will have to see if he actually demonstrates that.
What a hypocrite.
Is he has an understanding of capitalism and the free market, and that's what he's using to base all of these claims on, even though it's not directly applicable to YouTube itself.
So I write a script where I make...
So yeah, he's actually elaborated on his description of the 14-page document by saying that it's all the arguments, what the arguments are, that the arguments are based on an understanding of capitalism and the free market, right? You could, but these things don't actually relate to the situation. That is Charlie's discussion of the video, or discussion of the document, sorry, that's his summary of it. And it's like, yes, you could absolutely fill 14 pages making arguments about capitalism and the free market while not understanding how they don't actually apply. That's totally plausible. Maybe it's not what happened, but simply him having said it isn't so implausible that we get to dismiss it out of the bat without